I'm here with another new video about architectural drawing. In this video, you will learn how to convert the first cube to an architectural drawing and how to add cuts and details to this cube. So stay with me until the end of the video. Also, you can grab your paper and pen and start drawing with me. I explain every steps of this drawing. As a first step for this drawing, I draw a cube in isometric view. In isometric view, the lines along the x and y axis make a 30-degree angle with the horizontal line. And I draw all of the lines along the z-axis vertically. After that, I try to add more lines and apply some cuts on the first cube. Just by drawing lines, I can add more shapes and more details to the first cube. There are three conditions in isometric view, and all of the lines should be drawn in these three conditions. So, some of the lines should be drawn vertically, and other ones along the x and y axis, as I said before, should make a 30-degree angle with the horizontal line. There isn't any condition of the lines in the isometric view, so drawing in isometric is easier than the perspectives. And also there isn't any vanishing points. Here I wanna draw some arcs, and for drawing these arcs, firstly I draw a midpoint of this side of the cube, and according to the midpoint I draw arc. Here I repeat the arcade again, and I can bold some lines that I'm certain about them, and I don't want to hide these lines. As I said, here I find the midpoint, and after that I draw an arcade according to that. Just like the first cube, I repeat drawing arcades. I try to make some lines more visible, and after that I try to add more lines and apply some cuts on the first isometric cube to add more details. The basis of the isometric view is parallel lines, so I draw some vertical and horizontal lines, and I try to divide this part of the cube to 4 equal parts. Here I draw a slight height, and after that I wanna find the midpoint of these little parts. So according to this midpoint, I wanna draw little arcades. As you see, there are 4 equal arcades here. And after that, I draw the top of these arcades. Actually, every arcade had a thickness, so I should draw that. If you enjoy my video and my explanation about isometric drawing, please like my video. Thank you. Okay, as you see, I try to add more cuts and lines to the cube, and I try to convert this cube to the architectural drawing. On the other side of the cube, I wanna draw a dome. Firstly, I draw 2 vertical lines. After that, I draw 2 lines along the y-axis. As you see, I draw 2 curved lines. Then I determine the height of the dome, draw curved lines as a dome. Here I try to add some thicknesses to the arcades and I draw it carefully. After that, I wanna draw some setbacks, and in another arcade on the other side of the cube, I repeat these steps. Now I wanna divide this part of the cube to 3 equal parts, and here I wanna divide that to 2 equal parts. After that, I determine some midpoints because I wanna draw some other arcades. Here I divided the length of the cube to 3 equal parts, so I wanna draw 3 equal arcades. And here again I determine the midpoints and I draw 2 equal arcades. I try to make some lines more visible by bolding them, and after that I decide to draw some setbacks in the arcades that I drew before. The setbacks are along the y-axis and some lines are along the x-axis. After that, I draw the height of the arcades that it's along the z-axis. There are 5 equal arcades, so I should draw 5 setbacks. I wanna show the curved surfaces well, so I draw some parallel lines, and as you see, the line density on the minimum and maximum points of these surfaces is more than the other parts of the surface. Here I repeat drawing parallel lines, and as you see, I control the line density. It's not bad to add some windows on this side of the cube, so I determine the measure of the windows and I draw them so easily. I divide the measures, and after that I determine the midpoints and I draw some arcs. And then I start drawing the fences of the windows. You can choose different materials and add more details according to the geographical location and weather. For example, this design is good for hot and dry climate in Iran. Okay, as you see, I try to draw another 2 windows here, and I draw thicknesses of the windows and fences. I draw some diagonal lines as fences for the windows. Here inside the cube, I draw another 2 vertical lines, and I try to draw another 2 arcades. As I said before, we can choose different details according to the weather and climate condition. For example, I want to draw some palm trees here, and I draw them so easily. I draw some lines, and after that I draw some hatches as leaves for this tree. If you enjoyed this video, please like my video and subscribe my channel for more tutorials about architectural drawing. I want to draw a board for the building, and as you see, the building is square, so I draw the board in a square shape too, and I draw it so easily by some parallel lines with the first cube. I should add some ways for access to the building, and as you see, I add some thicknesses to the board. I'm drawing, and at the same time I'm thinking about the space around the building. There are so many alternatives. For example, I can draw some trees, bushes, stones and another details and convert the space to the park. But I decide to draw some wavy lines and convert the space to an artificial lake. I think it's so interesting that the building is in the middle of the lake and it's surrounded by the water. I want to draw another palm tree here, and I started to drawing. Firstly, I draw a curved line, and after that I draw some simple lines, and again I add some hatches as leaves of the tree. Drawing these hatches is so enjoyable and calm. Be sure to try. Here I want to add another palm tree, and after that I want to draw some people for show the scale of the building and the space. I draw some people here, and when you see people, you can guess the size of the building and you can determine the measurements easily. So as you see, the size of the building is so big in comparison with people. This is a public place, so there are numerous persons and I draw them. Now it's time to draw some details in interior space, and I decided to draw a pool just in the middle of the space. I draw it in the shape of the square, and after that I add a fountain to the pool. Some hatches on the dome and some other wavy lines for showing the water. When you're drawing, you can take a break, and after that you can look at your drawing. In this time you know what kind of details you need to add. I finished drawing and now I wanna color my building, so I pick up the black colored pencil and I wanna draw some shades and shadows on the water. When I'm using colored pencil, I draw shades on the corners and edges darker. I can use shades on the setbacks, and I add some shades on the curved surfaces for showing arcades better. Sometimes after using colored pencil, I use fader for fading the color, and fader makes the color soft and smooth. As you know, the usual color for showing the water is blue, and in addition to the black colored pencil, now I want to use the blue colored pencil. And now I mix the black shades and shadows with blue. I keep on coloring, and again on the corners I color darker. For coloring, you can use different tools. For example, here I want to add some markers to the colored pencil. I choose the light blue marker and I draw some lines by it. Also, I draw some wavy lines for showing the water. There are the water reflection on the windows, so I use the blue colored pencil for showing the glasses of the windows, and as you see on the corners the color is darker. See how the glasses are appearing by the blue colored pencil. After using the blue colored pencil, I want to use the fader again, and as you see there are some black colors on the fader. After that, I choose the dark gray marker for showing some shadows of setbacks of the windows. Shades and shadows in coloring are so important, and they show the depth and setbacks and projections of each drawing, and you can understand buildings and details of the buildings easily. There are some shades on the dome too. The direction of the light is on the right side, so I should draw some shades and shadows on the left side. Here I draw some shades of the trees on the water. As I said before, during drawing and coloring, you can look at your sheet, and after that you can decide what details you should add. For example, I want to use dark gray marker again for the setbacks, and I want to draw some shades here in the arcades. And here on the windows, I'm using the light blue marker again. Here I want to draw some other shades according to the arcades, and I draw it by the black colored pencil. It's time to coloring the pool, so I want to use the blue colored pencil again for showing the water and fountain. My friends, as you see, I explained all of the steps for drawing and coloring, and with my videos you can learn all of the architectural drawings easily. So subscribe my channel and stay with me. Hope you enjoy.